Friday, May 24th, and welcome back to the Damon Brew Show, brought to you by Ike's Sandwiches. Awesome to have you here. I know I promised you a sports phone Friday and take some calls today. I had to call an audible. Thank you very much. I already see Otis in the chat saying, Damon, hope everyone's okay. Hope Ozzy's fine. He's just got the sniffles. He's got a cough. Can't be sending a kid to school with that in 2024. You just look like a jackass of a parent sending your kid to school with a cough and a sniffles. So look, that's just the way it goes. So Gillian, luckily, is having a work from home day today. Oh, Ozzy, okay, thank you, Erwin. Everything's okay. Everything's fine. Everyone's fine, but just can't go sending a kid into school with that level of sniffles and runny nose and coughing and not have the other parents look at you like you are some kind of a jackass. So Jillian is actually having a work from home day, not one of those California work from home days, which means I got to get upstairs and keep an eye on Ozzy. So here we go. With all respect to Speed Brick, my buddy JT the Brick, we're going to go a little Speed Bruce here today. And that's the way we got to go. Postman in Capitola, though, right off the rip, is dropping some coin on the show. Thank you for the super sit chat. Damon, I promise to do a sports phone with you every 6 weeks, but I can't make it today because I'm on the road. Much love to the Plus family. Great to have you as always, Postman. Thank you. Happy Memorial Day, everyone. I hope you got a great Memorial Day coming up and some nice weekend plans. I hope that Ozzy's condition doesn't prevent us from our little weekend plans, but you got to make the audibles with the kids. The joys of parenthood. Yeah, we got it. So look, like the thumbnail says, we're starting a place we normally don't start the show, and that's with Giants baseball. Did a great wake up with Larry Krueger. You need a fix on your 49ers. Larry and I lovingly prepared one for you. Click on the other video for all your latest, greatest 49ers news. It is out there. But when it comes to the Giants, they have erased deficits in just their last two games, which would have buried them. And the reason why they're erasing these deficits is because of the three amigos. Luciano, Ramos, and Matos are welcome, pleasant surprises in this lineup. And in the last 10 days, the feeling around the San Francisco Giants has changed dramatically. And it's because of the infusion of the young guys and the exclusion of some been around here not producing way too long, yet still get the opportunity to not produce when the decision to go to the next generation was made by injuries. These are some of the best injuries in the history of the San Francisco Giants because they got Farhan to do what otherwise he would not have done. Matt Chapman. He's got about a 10-game run here, which makes him look like one of the best players in the entire National League. Estrada's playing well. Lamont Wade Jr. is putting up some really, really good numbers. And all of a sudden, the Giants are starting to look like a lineup that can fit together and perform pretty well. And then you look at the fact that Toronto Blue Jays might have Vlad Jr. on the market. Go get that guy. Do it. Like if you fancy yourself a contender, act like one. Giants got a better lineup right now than they've had, and it feels like 2 years. Make it a little bit better with Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I freaking dare you. And I want to say thank you very, very much to Danny Golding, putting a 10 spot on the best wishes to the D. Bruce family. Thank you very much. It's going to pay for a little gas on the way to hopefully where we continue to go. But thank you so much, Danny. Appreciate that. Really, really appreciate it. We got Mario saying, give credit to Farhan for signing Chapman at least. Yeah, he did that. He signed Matt Chapman. Signed Matt Chapman to a kind of a deal where if he stunk this year, he is going to enact a player clause. That means you might get a player. I mean, again, I don't like the contract necessarily, but do I like Matt Chapman when he's hitting like this? Yes, it's very easy to like Matt Chapman. So we will give him credit for that. But man, the rest of it, look at Danny, double dropping. There you go. Thank you. Did Danny come in twice today? I must miss the other one. But thank you very much, Danny. And yeah, when Chapman's hitting like that, he looks fantastic. It's good to have you mofos here. Again, sorry we're not going to do the sports phone along the way. Are we double dipping with Danny? I do see double 10 spots on the actual YouTube page. Danny, thank you very much. Save your money from here on out. I insist on it. But very, very, very much appreciated. Again, the support that you guys have been offering has been just incredible. And hopefully the run support for Kyle Harrison is incredible today. And if it is, and Harrison pitches well, the Giants can be back to 500 here before Memorial Day weekend is through. They are at the Mets before they come back home. And again, it's the Phillies right away. So they got some serious competition coming up. And beating the Phillies is a whole lot different than beating the Pirates or the Mets. So we'll see. We will see. We will see. Meanwhile, I saw my buddy Carl Buszczyk is in the chat early today. He was at the A's game last night. Those who are going to be at the A's game tonight are going to see Verlander versus Ross Stripling. Ross Stripling is having a struggle to the beginning of his season. It's a 5.19 ERA, which isn't the worst I've ever seen, but that 1-8 record, that ain't very good. That's for sure. So that's what the A's got in front of them this Memorial Day weekend. And what I want you to put in front of yourself this Memorial Day weekend is a sandwich from Ike's. Get it done and make sure you got that Ike's Reward app. When you know that you got the Ike's Reward app, use promo code GANJAJAR at checkout and save $4.20 on the order of any Ike's sandwich. GANJAJAR. GANJAJAR. See, this is how you spell it. Ganja. GANJA. JJ Rader is the official sponsor. He's not involved in the promo. Ganja Jar. I don't think I need to tell you how to spell jar. You use that and get $4.20 off your next Ike's order using the Ike's app. I've already seen many of you do this. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Take a picture of your delicious sandwich. Send it to me on Twitter. Let me know that you did it. This is how you support the show, by supporting my sponsors. Ganja Jar, your promo code. Not available in Santa Rosa, San Mateo, and Redwood City. I don't know why. What are you going to do? But there you go. So I got that for you. I got you fed. Now let me go ahead and make sure you got the right place to grab a beer this weekend as well, this Memorial Day weekend. Head to the Dubliner on West Portal. My man Kenny is just waiting for you. Kenny said yesterday, Damon, thanks for bringing up the Boilermaker. Thanks for bringing up the shot and a beer. We got great select. Yes, go get yourself a shot and a beer over at the Dubliner. My man Kenny is ready to take great care of you. Let him know that when you walked in there, Damon sent me. Thank you very much for supporting the show by supporting my sponsors. Great people. Ike's, Kenny, the Dubliner crew, the Ike's crew. These are great people, the kind of people that you want to support, especially this Memorial Day. So go out there, spread a little money around to your favorite local restaurants and bars. They can certainly use it, and we all want to keep each other going. You support me, we support each other. The whole city supports itself, and boom, what do you know? San Francisco's back, baby. That's how easy it all really could be. Let's see. 49ers news. Don't have a lot of it for you this week, and that is good news because voluntary OTAs have begun. No problems there. Nobody's walked off the field with any. That was stupid injuries. We don't want any stupid injuries early in any year of just, non-contact injuries. They happen in the NFL all the time. Haven't happened to the 49ers. This is officially good. Brandon Staley talking about his role with the 49ers, not really defining it well for anyone, but Brandon Staley's in the room. We'll see what he's got to offer a defense, which is going to be more talented than it probably was last year. And it needs to be, especially along that defensive line. Again, Bosa's there for voluntary OTAs. That's nice. That's symbolic. That's good. Christian McCaffrey isn't there. Bobby Turner illuminated, well, there might be something rotten in Denmark. He's not happy with it. I don't know what's going on, but we're not going to attach any anxiety to Christian McCaffrey at this particular time. At least I'm not going to. So there you go. No news is pretty much good news for the San Francisco 49ers. Some really interesting stuff, though, about Brock Purdy. I saw this on Niners Nation. Andrew Pasquiani, I believe is the name. If I got that wrong, I'm sorry. But he was trying to do a deep dive into how good Purdy was last year. And Purdy led the league with a 113 passer rating on 444 attempts. So he decided, like, how many other quarterbacks finished with a passer rating of 113 or better on more than 400 attempts, and he only could come up with 10 in football history. Aaron Rodgers did it twice, Peyton Manning did it twice, Tom Brady, Matt Ryan, Drew Brees, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and Tony Romo is on this list. Tony, congratulations, Tony. In 2014, had himself a hell of a year. So that list contains Tony Romo, a Hall of Famer, 4 future Hall of Famers. Lamar Jackson is becoming a candidate for the Hall of Fame right in front of our eyes. And Brock Purdy. That's amazing. It's an incredible list that he's on just looking at the prism of 2023. If you want to go back and look at the first group of starts in Purdy's career, 25 games, 21 starts, throwing for 614 passes over the course of all that action, with 44 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, a 111.4 passer rating. How many quarterbacks have thrown in their careers, at the beginning of their careers, more than 600 passes and a rating of better than 110? It's Brock Purdy, Patrick Mahomes, and that's the list. Again, anyone who wants to continue for their own relevancy to frame Brock Purdy as what he isn't rather than what he has done here early on in his career, it's moronic. I mean, at some point, even the biggest cynic in the world would have to admit, well, stats do matter. Like what you do on game day, that's what matters. And Brock Purdy matters on game day, and he's been very, very impressive, and there's no denying that at all. Let's see. Again, I got a short one for you today because Jillian's got a big meeting coming up here in a matter of minutes, and I got to tap in and get on Aussie duty for the rest of the day. The NCAA, and we'll have to talk a little bit more about this next week. Larry and I went over this on Wake Up, so if you want a deeper dive, there's one waiting for you on Wake Up. But the NCAA and its Power 5 conferences have basically agreed to allow schools to directly pay players for the first time in the 100-year existence of the NCAA. So we are entering a whole new realm here. And any argument that these athletes aren't employees essentially is going to be harder and harder for these campuses to continue to make, for goodness sakes. So good God, we're in a moment of time where sports are changing and media is changing and everything about how the way we cover a changing sports landscape and a changing media landscape, it's all changing, which is why it's awesome to be here with you on YouTube, which is, I think, where people are going to find the change that works for them, because sports is now something that you just don't listen to whenever you want to. You got to fit it into your day. This is why I want to be concise. This is why I never want to waste your time. This is why instead of doing long, drawn-out shows, I want to do quick, punchy shows which give you what you need when you need it. Again, no show needs to be 4 hours. If the game that you're covering wasn't 4 hours, the show that's talking about it certainly doesn't need to be 4 hours. That's just, we got time to kill. That's why radio's dying, because killing themselves by killing time is killing their own ratings, because people are listening to this and just going, this is just all bullshit. That's why it's awesome to be here on YouTube. Yesterday, I went with Jillian to a place in San Francisco called Manny's. Very interesting little coffee shop, bookshop that has like a room attached to it where they do like author meet and greets or, public debates. I think Manny's soon is like Mayor London Breed and a couple of other people who are contending for the mayor's office come on in and stage a little debate, which is great. Debate is how you talk through problems and find solutions. So we went to a special book signing for this book right here. Kara Swisher. Kara Swisher is one of the last capital J journalists you will find out there. She has covered the tech industry better than anyone covers, I think, any industry. She's better at covering tech than your favorite sports journalist is at covering that team. And the reason why she's so good is because she seeks no favors. She asks no quarter. She gives no quarter. She is just a powerhouse of, she is just there for the truth. No bullshit. She's a badass. And I tell you, as I have moved over to the digital space from the analog radio space, Kara Swisher has helped me realize how much of the better path I am on. Again, I am just old enough to attach a level of romanticism to radio that sometimes works against my own mental health. And I keep on saying, well, God, I kind of wish I was back on the radio. I love being on that team and da-da-da-da-da-da. Only an idiot would go backwards in time. As nice of a debut as we've made here on YouTube, only an idiot would want to go back in time. And she insists, you got to be less sentimental about things. You got to be like a great white shark where you just are constantly moving on to the next thing to eat and devour and kill. And this is how you stay ahead of an ever-evolving media landscape. Like if you were to go up to any young man or woman right now with broadcasting aspirations and not give them the advice, you should be on YouTube, instead of the advice of you got to get on radio, you're just dooming that kid to failure. Because radio's future is incredibly difficult to see. YouTube's future is right here in front of us. And it's awesome to know that I'm going to be, a little part of it. And there are times where I need to, again, get some affirmation that I'm doing the right thing, that this is going to work out. Your views, your watching, your support, your encouragement, it all means an awful lot to me. But data is what I need to sometimes convince myself. I can be down on the amount of views I got today. Like, how was yesterday? How was the day for the channel yesterday? How many views did you get? 27,745 views on this past Wednesday. And I'm like, it's good. That's bigger than Chase Center. That's good. That's probably the same kind of cume either sports talk radio station is getting, but I'm still, I still haven't had a video eclipse 100,000 views. I still haven't, where's my million views? Where's my Gangnam Style? Where's my billion views? I want to be an overnight instant success. There is no overnight instant success unless you got awesome, cleavage and you just put it up there, in which case your million views are like guaranteed. My cleavage is not that awesome. So sometimes I got to convince myself that this is all moving in the right direction. And I want to share this with you because if you're in here watching this show live, you are a huge part of this support system. And I thank you so very, very much. On Thursday, May 25th, basically 1 year ago, so this time of the year, last year, I looked, and on May 25th, I had 976 views total for the day. Fast forward a year, basically, and I'm sitting here trying to complain about a 27,745 view day. I need to adjust my own growth period in my own mind. Like, I am not continuing my radio career here on YouTube. As far as I'm concerned, I'm a newbie rookie still, and I am growing this whole thing from zero to whatever it becomes. Year over year growth from less than 1,000 views to almost 28,000 views. Like, that's good year over year growth, no matter what kind of business you're in. So this is working because you're watching, because you're supporting, And as we roll on into Memorial Day weekend, the only thing I can say is thank you all very, very much. I am very, very happy to be here. And again, there are some days I start to rework and got to rewire my own brain, and I'll have trouble. I'll get a little, I get depressed too, right? Keep swimming forward. I'm going to read this bad boy in a matter of days. Her podcasts are awesome source of inspiration. I told her yesterday, I got a real quick 30 seconds in front of her, and I just said, I'm not going to bother you with a how or why, but I just want to thank you for inspiring me to stay on the new trajectory that I'm on. And you've done more to do that as a credible journalist and a media voice that matters than a lot of people when it hits my eardrum. Oh, everything's going to be fine, Damon. Yeah, thanks. I don't know about that. No, things really are going to be fantastic. And Otis, I believe you thoroughly when you say, don't worry, Damon, we got your back. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. It means a ton. It means a ton. Erwin, year-over-year growth, probably the right way to do it, right? Since sports is seasonal. Yeah, absolutely. I'm like, after the Super Bowl ended, I'm like, oh, where'd all my viewers go? Well, there was nowhere to go but down. You're a brand new entity in a brand new space that topped out in the Super Bowl. You weren't going to have more viewers the day after the Niners lose the Super Bowl than you were going to have any other day. And I got to again, mental roadblocks are things that we're all looking to get over, right? So thank you to all of you for helping me get over them, believing in all this. Thanks to really smart people for telling me I'm in the right direction, and it means an awful lot. And so that brings us to what I am going to wrap up this week with a segment about the worst people in Fresno. We talk about progress. These people are standing in the way of progress. They probably think they're doing something noble. They're not. They're douchebags. Let me share. I saw this on Black Sports Online. My man Robert Littall runs a great website, and I have to share this with you. We have officially found the worst people in Fresno, California. Their names are Christine Johnson and Harry Crouch. Isn't that your name's Harry Crouch? Really? Yes, it is. Christine Johnson and Harry Crouch are seeking $5 million in damages. Well, these people must have had something really wrong done to them by some evil entity that was going out of their way to fuck them over, right? Nope. These people are suing the Fresno Grizzlies for Ladies' Night. They're suing the Fresno Grizzlies for Ladies' Night. A 23-page complaint claims that the Grizzlies violated the Civil Rights Act, which prohibits discrimination regardless of age, race, religion, disability, sex, or sexual orientation. Quote, Ladies' Night clearly entitles women, just by virtue of being a woman, to get in there at free or a reduced price relative to men. You officially risk these kind of lawsuits. You fucking pussies. You assholes. What's wrong with, hey, lady, does anyone know how to be heterosexual these days anymore? Where there are single women, single men will show up. This isn't a bad thing. This isn't discriminatory. This is how you might meet a girl. What the fuck? If you're the kind of guy who sees Ladies' Night and you think, well, instead of me just paying $18 to get in here, I deserve to file a $5 million frivolous lawsuit. Let me tell you what should happen with this. If you really want to turn around and sue the Fresno Grizzlies for $5 million, you should be on the hook to pay the Fresno Grizzlies $5 million if you get it wrong. That would prevent any nonsense like this from ever happening. Ladies' Night? You're buckling under the financial pressures of Ladies' Night? You virgin pussy. Oh my God. I mean, here's the thing. If you really want to, and this is rocking Eastwood, yeah, we live in this era right now where you can just go in there and say, hey, I'm a lady. I identify as a lady and you can get in free if you want to do that. Me, I would rather go into my wallet and just pay than pretending to be, I'm identifying as a woman just to get into this free minor league baseball game. Look, if minor league baseball games are too much of a financial burden for you to go to, maybe you shouldn't go on any night. Maybe every night should be the stay inside, stay online, you don't know how to act in public night for you. Albert, I identify as a pluser. There you go. Man, woman, non-binary, undecided? No, pluser. My pronouns are Damon and Bruce. Albert, incredible. Incredible. Thank you very, very much. My pronouns are Damon and Bruce. Nick says, I live in Clovis, right next to Fresno. This is on par for the course of California schools and soon to be the whole country. It's just yeah, that's a thing. Like, look, I really believe that we should stamp out discrimination where we see it. This minor league ballpark promotion ain't it. Like I'm constantly talking about, with Gillian, we need to pick and choose our battles with the boys. We can't teach them everything all at once today. We need to pick and choose the battles that matter to just get through this day. Discrimination should be stamped out violently anywhere it's seen. This is not discrimination. This is promotion. This is how heterosexual men meet heterosexual women. And that used to be something that was encouraged. I mean, if you really want to think about it, isn't this the single greatest lesbian experience of all time? Not only does the hunted get in for free, but the hunter gets in for free. My woman, Kara Swisher, she's like a proud she's a capital J journalist and a capital L lesbian. She would probably love this promo. How about this? Why not show up? How about this, Harry, you fucking virgin pussy? How about this? You show up with Christine Johnson, the two plaintiffs in this case suing the Fresno Grizzlies for $5 million for violating their civil rights. And you walk on in and you say, this Christine is a lady. I'm a man. She gets in for free. You're charging me $18. Why don't you then turn to Christine and be like, got $9 for me and we'll split the difference? Wouldn't that be nice equality? You can take your wife to a baseball game for free and you're going to complain about it? Oh, maybe this is because it's not your wife and you don't even know how to talk to or possibly ever touch a woman, you virgin. I hope that both of these people get into a horrific car crash so they can find out what real problems really are. If they think that the Fresno Grizzlies are sowing the seed of discrimination that needs to be stamped out, I want them removed from the conversation. This is insane. This is insanity. I'm a man. I'm 40. Yes. What is going on here? Chudley 716. I haven't seen you in here before, Chudley. I already love the name. Thank you very much. Harry Crouch suing over senior discounts next. What are you going to do? You're going to be angry that you get an early bird special. You're discriminating against people who don't want to eat dinner at 4:30. People like this only want to ruin things. Like this. What is this guy again? What a dick. So there you go. The worst people in Fresno. We've found them. I wish them nothing but pain and suffering, and I hope they get charged $5 million for filing a completely frivolous, I don't care how logical it might be, you must be some kind of Megatron asshole to want this. Or a virgin. Or someone who doesn't know how to talk to a woman or anyone. You know, you're going to sue for military discounts? Well, I wasn't in the military. And screw these people and that they've served our country. I don't get a military discount. I want that too. What a-holes. What a-holes. Look, and we were having such a positive little veer off in the show. And then I, just to make sure you're watching the Damon Bruce show, I had to come on back and give you a little outrage du jour here at the end of it. Hey, thanks to Postman for the super chat. Danny Gold double dipping in the super chat. Thank you very much, Danny, for doing that. You are good for the rest of the year as far as I'm concerned, young man. The rest of you, support this channel by hitting a like, a subscribe, a notify. You really want to help me out? How about this? Why don't you watch some shorts? Watch some videos. You don't even need to watch them. Open them in your browser. Let them run. Help out the algorithm that way. Game the system. Thank you very, very much for watching. Thank you. Have a wonderful Memorial Day with friends and family. Stay safe. We're all going to be back here. Larry and I are definitely going to be doing a wake up on Memorial Day Monday, but I might not be doing an 11 o'clock show again because Jillian's going to be like, come on, we got 2 kids at home today. And I'm going to be like, all right, I understand that. So again, get yourself the Ganja Jar discount at Ike's. Go to the Dubliner. Thanks to all of you for your unbelievable support. You're awesome. You're absolutely awesome. Thank you so much. There you go. Chef A, she knows something about capital L lesbians. Capital C Chef, capital L lesbian, and that's why we love Chef capital A Amy. You're seriously great people. You're my kind of people. You're the kind of people who look at ladies' night and think, ooh, soft targets, like it. And that's why we get along so well. Have a great weekend, and please do remember that sports don't build character, they reveal it. And like that, he's